Hello, welcome to 10 at 10. My name is Michael Ramage. I'm the director of the Cyber Education Research Center here at Murray State University, and welcome back to 10 at 10, episode 110. 10 at 10 is brought to you through a partnership between Murray State University, Grow West, the Technology Council of West Kentucky, KY Innovation, and our local partner, Sprocket Innovation in Paducah, and the Kentucky Innovation Station in Madisonville. So we wrapped up a series last week talking about some tips and things that steps that you can take as a small business to keep you safe. I wanted to step into a topic that I would say over the last month, there's probably not many technology or security related topics that I have seen discussed more than Chat GPT. Many of you have seen it on the news, have seen it on Facebook, have seen it in the newspaper, seen it in online forums, and probably don't know exactly what it is. So I thought I would use today to talk a little bit about what Chat GPT is, what it means, maybe my perspective, my opinion, um, but more importantly, what does it mean for your small business? We've always taken the approach on 10 at 10 that we try to take technical topics and break them down to and easy to understand bites, but also do it in a way that is focused on the average small business, the average individual, not a technical person, not a super tech savvy person, but how does that look from a layman's perspective? So I'm going to try to do that with Chat GPT. I will tell you that this is a complicated thing and it's an evolving field. It's an evolving area. So it's not going to be a perfect um, description today, but I'm going to do my best in just a few minutes on how to explain what Chat GPT is. So Chat GPT is a web um, service that has been put out by OpenAI. OpenAI is an artificial intelligence organization that has backing from Microsoft. Microsoft has invested in it, not a majority owner, but a pretty substantial owner in OpenAI, and they created this app, this service, this program, this website called ChatGPT. So let's um, look a little bit further in what it is. Basically, ChatGPT allows you to ask it questions and it will answer you in more normal language. If you think about how if you Google something, you get Google results. Those Google results are going to direct you to a page where you can find the answer. If you ask Alexa a question at your house, if you have an Alexa device, Alexa returns the answer. If it can answer you in with her voice, she'll answer you with her voice. But if not, she may direct you to a web page as well. What ChatGPT does is it will always try to answer exactly what you're asking for. So if you're asking it to write a story, it's going to write a story. If you're going to ask it to write a program, it's going to try to write a program. It's going to try to answer you in the language that you ask. So I'll give you an example. I asked ChatGPT, what is ChatGPT? And the text on the screen is the answer. I am ChatGPT, a large language model created by OpenAI. I have been trained on a large data set of text to generate human-like responses to a wide variety of questions and prompts. I use natural language processing techniques to understand the meaning behind text inputs and generate appropriate responses in natural language. My goal is to provide helpful and informative answers to any questions that the users may have. So, what does that mean? The best way I know is to share some examples of that I have experienced with ChatGPT. My daughters and I were playing, and my wife and I were playing with ChatGPT at home a couple nights ago, and I asked it to write a story about a mermaid named Ariel playing volleyball. and it created a story about a mermaid playing beach volleyball that had legs. The Little Mermaid, she has legs, playing beach volleyball. The story made sense. The story worked. The story even made us laugh. It was all created by artificial intelligence. So what it has done, what ChatGPT has done, it has gone out and it has scraped all the web sources that it can, taken that information, try to gather enough information to know how to speak like a human and answer questions like a human would. If a computer could have a human brain and speak in a language like us, then this is the type of story that it would produce. And it was fantastic. Um, I asked it to write a scientific article about the benefits of exercising, and it spit out an article about the scientific benefit, or a scientific article on the benefits of exercising. It did not produce any citations, any sources. So I said again, produce an article, scientific article on the benefits of exercising with sources, and it spit out sources as well at the end. Now, when we went and looked at those sources, most of those sources weren't valid. Those were broken links. Were they broken because when ChatGPT went to it, the link worked, but now it doesn't? Or were they made up? Honestly, I don't know. I assume they probably worked at some point, but not anymore. But that was something that it was able to create. Um, it is phenomenal what it can do. If you wanted to write a blog post about something, it could spit it out for you. If you wanted to write an article about something, it could spit it out for you. Here's the problem. It does not address copyright or plagiarism issues. It may be illegal for you to produce and publish a blog or an article written by ChatGPT because it is using sources online that may or may not have been copyrighted. Honestly, over the next few years, you're going to see a lot of fights in courts. I would guess on apps like ChatGPT using it to write things. All of that's fine, and actually, it's really interesting and it's kind of fun playing with. Where the problem comes in, we're talking about cybersecurity on here. Where the problem comes in is, can you use it to do malicious, to cause malicious, or with malicious intent to cause harm to an organization? The answer is yes, no, maybe. There have been cybersecurity experts that have demonstrated how a hacker could use ChatGPT to help them attack an organization. ChatGPT is trying to stop that from happening. Can you do it? Probably. You have to get a little bit creative in the way that you ask it for help. This is the first widespread tool. ChatGPT has over 100 million users. In just a couple of months, it has 100 million users. Going forward, there's going to be, Google has an app that they're going to be launching. They've already demoed it. They're going to be launching a competitor. There's going to be others like this in the future. These things, these apps, the machine learning, the artificial intelligence is going to continue to be an issue going forward. There's going to be positive aspects. There's going to be negative aspects. How do we stop our organization from being attacked because of AI? The answer hasn't changed, really. The answer is that we've got to have a comprehensive approach to cybersecurity for organization. Last week, I showed you this slide. I ended on this slide last week, and I want to end on this slide today. If we can address identify, protect, detect, respond, recover for devices, networks, apps, data, and users on our system, we are going to be able to protect ourselves. If we can check all of those boxes that we've done things to protect ourselves using people, technology, and processes across all of these different areas, then we're going to be protected by people that are doing all of these things, whether it's AI or not. It's going to be harder. It's going to be more important that we protect ourselves. It's going to be more important that you work with a professional to protect yourselves now more than ever. But the truth is, the same comprehensive approach to security that worked before ChatGPT, before artificial intelligence, is going to help us after artificial intelligence. And also, if artificial intelligence helps the bad guys, we can also use it to help the good guys. And we will be using it to help the good guys. And there are examples of how we can use it to help protect our organizations. So, ChatGPT, this is just the beginning of this phase of this area. I think it's really interesting. I think it's something to follow. It's something to test and play with. But I also ultimately think if you're doing the things that you need to protect your organization, you're going to be as protected as you can be. You're going to reduce the risk that you are going to be vulnerable to any AI type of attack, anything that has been created on ChatGPT. Although there's things, um, it's going to make phishing emails easier to create. It's going to make malware easier to develop. It's going to allow script kiddies access to things that they probably didn't have access to before. Our comprehensive approach will still keep us safe. I hope that's helpful. I hope you found that interesting. I do think ChatGPT is a pretty cool thing, but I also think there's some dangers with it. Like any technology, we have to be diligent. We have to make sure that we're protecting ourselves and our organizations. If you have questions about it, if you want to discuss it more, reach out to me, let me know, and I'll be happy to do so. Thank you very much for your time today, and I'll see you next week back here on 10 at 10. Thank you. Bye.